So let's talk about the difference between common and normal, because there's a lot of things that happen with our kids and ourselves that are common, but they are really not normal. And I feel like we've been led to believe that these things are normal. So we have normalized dysfunction and dysregulation in kids. Meltdowns, anxiety, constipation, sleep issues, those things are common, but they are absolutely not normal. A stressed and dysregulated nervous system shows up in different ways in different kids. It manifests differently in each of us, but the root cause is usually the same, and the root cause is stress in the nervous system. That stress can come from misalignments or fixations or restrictions in the spine, which cause interruption and interference in the flow of information in our nervous system. And that can decrease or diminish or disrupt or distort the function of our nervous system and what the nervous system controls. Now, you might ask, what does the nervous system control? And the answer is everything. Every single function in your body is regulated and controlled by the nervous system. Your digestion, your breathing, your blinking, your immune system, your metabolism, your puberty, hair growth, everything. Everything is nervous system related. Your muscle contractions, not a single thing happens in your body without nerves telling that thing to happen. Okay? The body was designed to heal and to adapt and to thrive and to overcome. Chronic stress hijacks that ability. Chronic stress hijacks the nervous system's desire to adapt and to overcome. That stress puts us into fight or flight mode, right? Stress can be all sorts of different things. As a baby, stress can be hitting milestones. Hitting milestones is stressful. That's a lot for a young child's nervous system to encounter all the things that it encounters, whether it's learning to roll over or sleeping in weird positions or learning how to walk and all the falls and sitting. And that's all a lot of information, a lot of input into the baby's brain so that they can learn how to do those things. We learn by repeating, right? We learn by repetition and doing things over and over and over again. And so these kids, when they're learning new things, they do the things over and over again. And that's a lot of input. That's a lot of stress. Now, hopefully they adapt to the stress. It's like the old story where, the dog is stuck in the hole, and in order to get the dog out, you don't have a ladder or anything, and dogs can't climb ladders most of the time. So what do? You have a shovel and you shovel dirt onto the dog. You just hope that the dog is smart enough that they'll shake off the dirt and take a step up, right? And so that's what babies do. They encounter the stress. They're basically shaking off the stress. They're integrating it into their nervous system. They're learning from it, and then they grow. But if it's too much at once, or if they're not adaptable, it's not a learning experience. It's an overwhelming experience. And so pediatricians, when you ask your doctor, they may tell you, well, they'll just grow out of it. They'll grow out of this dysregulation. They'll grow out of the constipation or the reflux or the fussiness as a baby. It's not true. They don't outgrow dysregulation. They grow into the next set of symptoms and the next stage of dysregulation, right? They're not going to grow out of the reflux or the colic or the fussiness or the constipation. They're going to grow into the asthma and the allergies and the chronic ear infections and then the bedwetting and then the ADHD. Like, they're going to grow into those things because the root cause was never addressed. Healing does not happen by waiting it out. It just doesn't. When there's a problem, when there's an inability to adapt, when you're not very resilient, that's a problem, and that's not just going to fix itself. So what happens when that's the case is we're here for that. We can look deeper. We have some awesome scans that we can do, which can look at the nervous system and how it's functioning, and we can find the stress. We can actually point to the stress on the nervous system and say, this spot here is not working correctly. Let's fix this, so that the kid can outgrow this nervous system dysregulation. Days should not start in tears, from an overly argumentative 7-year-old going to first grade. Kids should be pooping every day. There shouldn't be headaches or stomach aches from anxiety. Like, these things are not normal, but they are common. And if you experience those, we're here for that, and we can find it and we can fix it. And I don't use the F word often, but sometimes we can really fix this stuff. So if that sounds like something that a family's in need of, give us a call, Ideal Family Chiropractic, and we're here to help.